Good afternoon, second grade. It is time for history, okay? So, right now we'll be turning in our books to page 137. Turn in your books to page 137. Now, we have practiced with this before, but now we're going to try it again, okay? We're going to read over how a business works, okay? We had a little practice in class. So, I'm going to start off. Maybe you are opening a lemonade stand in the summertime. It'll be easy for you to understand how businesses work if you think of it this way. Let's pretend that Mr. Farmer raises chickens. He sells his eggs at his roadside stand. The eggs are his goods. When Mrs. Cook needs to buy eggs for breakfast, she goes to Mr. Farmer's stand. Mrs. Cook is the consumer. Her family will eat or consume the eggs. Mr. Farmer is the producer. His chickens produce the eggs. Now, if Mr. Farmer has a lot of eggs and Mrs. Cook is only one customer, the price of eggs will not be high. But if more customers or consumers come to Mr. Farmer's stand, his price of eggs may go up because the eggs are more important now. Mr. Farmer's eggs are in higher demand now because more people want them. We call this supply and demand. The bigger the supply and the smaller the demand, the lower the price will be. But the smaller the supply and bigger the demand, the higher the price will be. So, for your assignment again, you basically had to think of a product, think of the consumer, producer, supply, demand. So, for example, think of a product. This is Mr. Cole's example. I'm going to sell mechanical pencils, okay? That's my product. So you have to think of a product, also a good. You have to think of a good. Now, you're a consumer. Who's going to be buying your good? My target audience is going to be elementary school. So my good is mechanical pencils. My consumers are elementary school, okay? And the producer, of course, is going to be yourself. So Mr. Code will be the producer. Now, looking at this example, you have to think, will there be a high supply and demand? And it's very simple. You either write yes or no. Just for now. This is part one of your project, okay? So, I'll go over it again. My good is the mechanical pencils. The consumer is elementary school who will be buying the pencils. And you can have anyone. It could be someone in your family, it could be your neighborhood, it could be a church. It's whoever you choose, okay? And you are the producer. So, Mr. Code, you put your name. And would there be a high supply and demand? I say yes, okay? So that's part one. That's all you'll be doing for today, okay? And part two, we go further into explanation of the supply and demand. So part one, just work over this, okay? All right. Have a good day. Can't wait to read what you all have.